of memorizing the entire standard angles table, I'm going to show you a trick where you just have to remember two right angle triangles in order to ace this. So first of all, we have 45 degrees. Okay, this is a right angle triangle for 45 degrees. Now you just need to remember the sides of the angle, right? So when the theta is 45 degrees, always remember that the perpendicular and base are both 1, and your hypotenuse is always root 2, right? So now ultimately you can calculate any standard angle, any ratio. Like suppose you're asked cot 45. Suppose you're asked cot 45. What is the value of cot 45? B by P, right? The value of cot 45 is B by P, which is 1 by 1, which is ultimately 1. Similarly, if you're asked to calculate the sine of 45, let's say you're asked to calculate sine 45, that's nothing but perpendicular by hypotenuse, right? This is the perpendicular, this is the hypotenuse. So it's literally just 1 root 2. So you just need to remember these three, okay, sides of the right angle triangle. If you remember the sides of the right angle triangle, you just apply your formula P by H, B by H, B by B, right? Next we come to 30 degrees and 60 degrees. How will you remember 30 degrees and 60 degrees? The hypotenuse is 2 and the perpendicular is root 3. Okay, so 1, 2 and root 3 is how you remember it. So this is 90 degrees, this is always 60 degrees, and this would be 30 degrees. So for both the values of 30 and 60 degrees, you just need to construct this little diagram over here. Now if you're ever asked to calculate, let's say the value of cos 30, the value of cos 30. Now what is cos 30? This is 30 degrees, this is 30 degrees right here. When this is 30 degrees, or the base changes and the height changes, right? Like if you look over here, when you look at 60 degrees, from 60 degree point of view, this is your perpendicular and this is your base. But from the 30 degree point of view, this is your perpendicular and this is your base, right? So what is cos 30? What is the value of cos? Cos is b by h, right? Base by hypotenuse. In this case, root 3 is the base, so we'll take root 3 by 2. So the value of cos 30 is root 3 by 2. And one more trick you need to remember is sin 30 will always be equal to cos 60, and cos 30 will always be equal to sin 60. They're kind of opposite because they are like, opposites, right? Because 60 plus 30 is 90, plus another 90 is 180. That's just the angle sum property, right? So you can just remember it like this. Like let's say tan 60, right? Tan 60. Now instead of learning this in your table of standard angles, what you can do is you can just look at this right angle triangle. In this is 60 degrees. Okay, so from the 60 degree point of view, this is your perpendicular and this is your base, right? So it's p by b, perpendicular by base, right? So root 3. So the value of tan 60 is nothing but root 3. Similarly, you want to take cot 30. Cot 30 degrees from the 30 degree point of view, this is the base and this is the perpendicular. Okay, cot 30 is just the opposite of tan, so base by perpendicular, right? So root 3, again, root 3. So cot 30 is ultimately root 3. I have actually calculated it here, but whenever you know the value of tan 60, whenever you know that tan 60 is nothing but root 3, you know for a fact that cot 30 is nothing but root 3 as well, right? So this is how you can easily remember 60 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees. You don't have to remember the long table, okay? Just in your if you ever forget the standard angles, just construct these right angle triangles, put the sides, okay? That way you do your P by H, blah blah blah, calculate the standard angles.